fans.
By the way, late breaking story here.
Yes.
Zach Ertz has officially signed this morning with the Detroit Lions. Tom Pelissero of the NFL Network reporting this morning that the 33-year-old Bay Area native, Monta Vista High School, Stanford, will play against the Niners. He's going to start on the practice squad, but there are plans to elevate him for the NFC Championship game. So there you go. Zach Ertz is now the 3-time Pro Bowler. Will give Jared Goff one more weapon.
So I'm not going to say too little, too late. When you got talent, when you're a good player, you can make a big play, and one big play can be the difference in a game of this magnitude. That should have happened weeks ago if I was supposed to be afraid of it. Straight up. Like, were you telling me Zach Ertz, who's been feet up for months now, is going to be that big of a difference for the Lions in 6 days?
Well, you never know. He can't hurt.
No.
I don't think he can hurt. We'll see. We'll see what he looks like. That's for sure. I mean, does that mean Laporta's more dinged up or had some kind of recurrence of knee pain? I don't know. Maybe it could be a good thing. I mean, I'll say this for the Lions. It's not like they're a perfect football team. They lost to the Bears. They gave up 28 points to the Bears. They lost to the Green Bay Packers. They lost to Seattle. They lost at Baltimore. And they lost in Dallas. So, the Niners smoked Dallas and they lost to Dallas. Now we all know that, how that game went, 20-19. But, unlike Green Bay, where you just didn't know who was going to get the ball, what the Lions are going to do. They're going to hand it to Montgomery. They're going to throw it to Gibbs, and they're going to throw it to Amon-Ra St. Brown. Amon-Ra St. Brown has led them in receiving like 15 times this year. Montgomery and Gibbs are their two backs. Goff's been their quarterback all year, and he's playing well, but he's immobile. So, there's
getting Goff off of his spot
or hitting him
to Las Vegas.
Got to hit him.
Well, you just got to make a move too. I mean, I don't want to say he's statuesque, but he is, he's not Bernie Kosar back there, but he's
not a mover though. He's not a mover. He's a pocket passer with a really good arm. And he, what's scary about Goff is that, and you saw it in the last month of the year, when it's like 3rd and 4, he's in such lockstep with Amon-Ra that he just throws it to a spot. So you're really going to have to get your hands up, bat down passes, and you're going to have to get in his windows. And he's going to just, the ball's coming out now. It's not going to be about sacking him as much as, getting a hand in his face, knocking passes down, and jumping routes. I mean, it's going to be very interesting to see the 49ers defend this team.
I think how they go about Sam Laporta defending him, or Zach Ertz now on the team, who's ever out there, is where an awful lot of this game gets decided. The middle of the field. Jared Goff is maybe a little bit more like Alex Smith because, by the way, this is also another way to demonstrate what a brilliant coach Andy Reid is. Like, he's just gonna work with the talent that he has. And when he had Alex Smith as his starting quarterback, it was all in the middle of the field. It was everything to tight ends. And I don't think Alex Smith had one touchdown pass to a wide receiver in a season that turned out to be like a decent season for the Kansas City Chiefs. It was all in the middle, and that's where he was comfortable. Goff is kind of the same way. He wants to be in the middle. Laporta, just comfortable, nice, easy target. Take that away.
You got Fred Warner. I mean, you got a chance to.
Fred Warner better be the Sam Laporta stopper, right?
No doubt. And what Detroit's going to do. Detroit's going to run the heck out of the ball. Detroit runs the ball. They run the ball a lot. They ran for 114 against Tampa. They're the 11th highest run rate over expectation according to an NFL's next gen.
By the way, that's not running
stats.
wild. It's not like they ran wild on the Buccaneers. They didn't.
No, but they run the ball with Montgomery between the tackles. They flip it out in the flat to Jahmyr Gibbs, who's incredibly dynamic. And Gibb and they've got a tight end who's really an excellent receiver and one of the toughest cover wide receivers in the game. They got a legit deep threat in Jameson Williams. So, I mean, they're a really, really good offense, but I think the Niners offensively can make some real plays against their corners. I think it could be a big day for Ayuk, and if Debo can go, I think it could be a big day for Debo.
How do you stop the run? That was a question that we didn't really spend much of the year worrying about because the Niners, for the most part, stopped the run or at least limited the run, whenever they had to. They just had a monster year. The Niners just had a really good football season. You don't have a good football season if you're just, laying down and dying against the run each and every Sunday. They didn't. Why are they laying down and dying against it now? It feels like if you get around the outside, if you can get to the edge, that's how you attack the Niners, but they've been getting beat in the middle. And Eric Armstead's absence was supposed to explain that away. He comes back and it didn't really improve anything. And maybe that's, hey, Armstead needed at least a game to get back into game shape. I don't know. But why do you think the 49ers have been so beatable on the ground in the last handful of games?
Well, in this game, when you watch the film, the couple times I saw Logan Ryan come up, he's in the right position, and he just didn't strike the running back at all. So I got to go with Jair Brown over Logan Ryan at safety. That's one.
When we came on the air, you talked about possible lineup changes, and I'm guessing that's first and foremost among
First and foremost, you got to go with Jair Brown. Logan Ryan is a corner who's inside. He's just passable inside against the run. He'll be there, but he's really not going to starch anybody. So that's number one. Two, you added Hargrave. Hargrave's weakness, his strength is as a pass rusher. His weakness is as a run defender. So you took out, a more of a run defender tackle, and you replaced him with a tackle or a defensive tackle who's much more of a pass rusher. They lost Azeez Al-Shaair, who was a major part of their run defense a year ago. And I think that hurt them. So I think all these things kind of factor in. Emmanuel Mosley was a great run down corner who was fantastic setting in the edge. They're not quite as good. I mean, I think they can rally and be better than them. And then also, I don't think the Niners have ever been this year as good as the numbers say they are against the run. Most of the time, their best run defense is their offense taking the opposing team's running game out of the game by having to play catch up and throw the ball. Teams just stop running on the 49ers because they're behind. And so, I mean, it started in week 1 against Pittsburgh, and the Niners got big leads in a number of games. So, Armstead is better against the run than any of their other defensive tackles. So it's good that he's playing and healthy, but they just got to, they've got to get a bunch of hats on the ball. And I think they got to take Logan Ryan off the field for Jair Brown. It's as simple as that.